There's a fire in the distance, calling louder every night, like a whisper from the mountains, telling me to seek the light. I've been riding through the darkness with a map I couldn't read, tracing lines of hope and heartbreak in the dust beneath my feet. The moon is like a lantern hanging low above the land, guiding every fear and promise that I never meant to stand. And the echo of your goodbye still runs wild inside my chest, like a storm that never settled, like a love that never rests. I hear the sky calling my name, through the thunder, through the flame. Every mile that breaks me down is the mile that leads me home again. And though the world may change, my heart keeps burning just the same. I'll rise for you through every pain. When the sky calls my name, I've seen sunsets turn to gold on nights I thought I'd lose my way. Stood alone beneath the spotlight with a crowd that couldn't stay. But no roar inside an arena ever filled the void you left. No applause can drown the quiet of the memories in my breath. I've carried dreams like anchors, heavy truths I couldn't speak. Fought the battles with my shadows when my faith felt thin and weak. Yet through every broken moment, through every tear that fell unnoticed, your love was still the compass, keeping every step the closest. I hear the sky calling my name, through the thunder, through the flame. Every mile that breaks me down is the mile that leads me home again. And though the world may change, my heart keeps burning just the same. I'll rise for you through every pain. When the sky calls my name. There's a road that bends forever, through the ridges and the rain. And I swear I see your silhouette when lightning carves the plain. It reminds me of the promise that I made so long ago, to return to you no matter how the winds decide to blow. Now the stars are burning brighter than they ever did before, like they're lighting up the pathway to the life I'm fighting for. And if tomorrow finds me standing at the edge of all I fear, I'll remember every remember that summer light falling on your face. The radio low, the night so young, it felt like we had grace. You traced your name on the window glass, laughing like the world could never move too fast. And I swear those moments still chase me down the interstate. You left footprints on the gravel road behind my Chevrolet. A goodbye kiss that felt too soft to fade away. I watched your shadow getting small under that July moon. I thought you'd come back soon, but the days kept passing like a song stuck on replay. And I've been trying to outrun every memory of you, but the rearview mirror keeps dragging me back to the truth. Every mile I drive feels like a ghost sitting beside me. Your perfume in the wind, your voice in the breeze. Girl, you're the echo I can't lose. These old back roads still whisper all the things we never said. Your hoodie's on the front seat like you never left. I hold it tight some nights when the silence feels too loud, like you're still around. But the only thing left of us now is a heartbeat made of regret. I drink that midnight whiskey just to calm this storm inside, but the burn just reminds me of the fire in your eyes. Everybody says I let go, just go and live my life, but how do I forget the only one who ever felt like home, the only arms that ever pulled me back from the dark. I've been praying for a sign, girl, just some kind of guide, but the stars keep telling me you're gone for good this time. Still I leave my porch light on like a promise I can't break, hoping someday you'll turn down this road again and find the part of me you're leaving couldn't take. If you ever wonder if I meant the things I said, every word was real, every dream we built inside my head. I'm still here in this small town, holding on to what we were, loving you like a wildfire that refuses to burn out, hurting in the quiet places you left behind. And I've been trying to outrun every memory of you, but the rearview mirror keeps dragging me back to the truth. Every mile I drive feels like a ghost sitting beside me. Your perfume in the wind, your voice in a breeze. Girl, you're the echo I can't lose. Yeah, you're the echo I can't lose. No matter where I go, no matter what I try to choose, my heart stay behind with you on that gravel road under that July moon. Home before sunrise, engine humming low and deep, chasing down the kind of dreams a boy can barely keep. You were standing on the driveway with a blanket around your arms, trying hard to hide the tears that slip between the comb. I told you I'd return someday when all the storms were through, but time has a way of running faster than the truth. And every mile cities, felt the thunder of the crowd, heard 1,000 strangers singing every word out loud. But even in the spotlight, with the north so wild and bright, there's a quiet in my chest that only you could make feel right. I walk out after curtain calls into the cool night air, and the echo of your laughter feels like it's still waiting there. I try to shake the memories, but they cling like burning tracks, and the long road keeps whispering to carry me back. I passed the county line tonight where we carved our names in oak. I pulled over by the river just to breathe before I broke. The water moved like promises we made in younger days, steady as the dreams we held before we went our separate ways. If loving you was foolish, then I guess I'm still a fool, because every time I picture you, the world feels warm and full. And though the years have rolled like thunder through the cracks, my heart still rides the long road that carries me back. Someday when the dust has settled on these boots of worn out miles, I walk up to your front door wearing nothing but my trials. If your porch lights burning softly like the hope we used to share, I'll know that all this wandering was a prayer to meet you there. Until that moment finds me, I'll keep singing through the night, letting every restless heartbeat guide me toward the light. No matter where this journey leads or what the world may lack, I'll follow every long road that carries me back.
I still see the sunlight on the doorway where you used to stand, your shadow stretching across the hardwood like it was holding my hand. The mornings feel much colder now, though summer's in the air, and every chair around this table shows the shape of you still there. I pour 2 cups of coffee, though it's only me these days. Old habits hold me tighter than the memories I replay. I should have said the words you needed when the silence felt too small, but pride became a stranger standing between us like a wall. And now I breathe where your shadow used to fall, touch the space where you once gave me all. I still reach out in the darkness when the night begins to call, in the place where your shadow used to fall. scent of cedar, faded laughter, all the moments we outgrew. I hold it to my heartbeat just to feel a little whole, but the emptiness around me shakes the pieces of my soul. I wander through the hallway where you used to hum that tune, soft and low like whispered comfort underneath the silver moon. And now the melody is haunting, just a ghost that won't let go. And the quiet in this house is every word I didn't show. And still I breathe where your shadow used to fall, touch the space where you once gave me all. I still reach out in the darkness when the night begins to call, in the place where your shadow used to fall. If forgiveness finds its way here on a gentle summer day, and your footsteps cross this threshold like they never pulled away, I'll gather all the courage that I lost along the years and tell you every truth I buried underneath my fears. But till that day, I'll keep on living with the echoes down the hall, and the hope you'll someday hear my call. And until I feel your presence back beside me after all, I'll keep breathing where your shadow used to fall.
I still find your shadow waiting on the front porch steps, as if the night you walked away never really left. The wind still carries your perfume through these old pine trees, and every quiet corner feels like you're calling out to me. The clock keeps ticking, but the memories stay. Your laughter in the hall like it never went away. This house was built on promises whispered in the dark, and now I walk these empty rooms with the way you left my heart. I drive the same dirt road we used to ride at 17. Windows down, your hair dancing soft in the summer breeze. I replay the way you held my hand when life got rough, saying love was simple if we didn't give it up. But time has a way of moving faster when you're gone, and the nights feel longer than the miles I've driven on. I still pray I'll see your smile glowing under the stars, 'cause nothing breaks as quietly as the way you left my heart. So Nights I pick up your old letters just to feel you close, reading every line like scripture, hoping you still know that I meant it every time I swore I'd never let you fall. And if you ever needed me, I'd always answer your call. But life pulled us down different roads we couldn't see. Still I'd trade 1,000 sunsets for one more night of you and me. People say I should move on, but they don't understand this part. You can leave a place too easy, but not the way you left my heart. I sit on the back porch watching daybreak slowly rise, coffee in my hand, last tears fading from my eyes. And I wonder where you are, and if you feel the same, if the sound of my name still lingers in your chest like rain. If someday fate decides to bring you home again, I'll be right here waiting, letting go of every pain. Until then I'll keep the porch light burning softly in the dark, hoping love finds its way back to the place you left my heart. Fields rise like golden waves at sea, where the breeze that runs through August feels like home surrounding me. Every trail behind the farmhouse carries footprints of my youth, and the memories etched in dust still speak a quiet kind of truth. I chase the fireflies at dusk while the barn cats roamed along, hear mama humming lullabies like a half-remembered song. The screen door slammed 100 times with cousins running wild, and the fields knew every heartbeat of that barefoot country child. This is where the fields know my name, where I learned my place and name, where the river bend and valley carry echoes just the same. Could wander countless highways, but the answer never changed. My soul belongs to this wide land, where the fields know my name. I remember harvest evenings when the whole town pitched in tight. Tractors lined the dirt road, glowing red through autumn night. Daddy's hands were cracked and steady, guiding me to hold the wheel, teaching me that working soil builds a strength no pain can steal. Mama kept the supper waiting, bread and stew with seasoned grace, and the laughter in her stories filled up every sacred space. The Dogs bark near the woodpile, chasing shadows in the dusk. And the air was thick with cedar. From the barn we learned to trust. Sometimes life pulls like a strong wind, calling me to dreams afar. But the farther that I travel, the more I find out who we are. For the simplest truths I carry never fade and never change. I'm stitched into this land where the fields know my name. Nights are soft upon the hillside where the stars fall clear and bright. And the whole world feels like heaven when the moon is riding white. All the cities I have wandered, all the noise I've tried to chase, none compare to country silence wrapping gently around this place. If someday my hair grows silver and my body starts to fail, I'll still sit upon the hay bales, watching fog along the trail. And I'll whisper thanks for roots that held me steady through the rain. I belong to open country where the fields know my name.
Driven past the state line where we carved our names in oak. Through the storms that tore the sky like promises we broke. The headlights paint the darkness with the memories I chase. And I find you in the quiet when the night fills up the space. This old truck knows the heartache that I never learned to hide. Every mile is just a heartbeat echoing what's left inside. I thought distance held the answers, but it only grew the truth. No matter where the road bends, it circles back to you. Sunrise bleeding gold across the open fields. Felt the wind confess the secrets that my restless soul revealed. I've tried to lose your shadow in the long forgotten towns, but your voice remains the melody that never once died down. There's a tenderness that lingers in the things we couldn't say, and a part of me believes our hearts will meet again someday. Though I wander through the miles, searching for something new, every road I take keeps bringing me back to you.
Pulled my truck into the gravel just as sunset hit the ground. Neon buzzing on the signboard like it's calling me to town. There's a honky-tonk off Highway 9 where the boots don't ever rest. And I came here chasing noise to drown the ache inside my chest. I I walked in trying to fake a smile I didn't really feel, but the jukebox hit a heartbreak tune that cut me deep and real. Folks were dancing like a wildfire rolling loose beneath the moon, and I swear I saw your silhouette in every shadow of that room. So I'm two-stepping through the heartache with the sawdust on my boots, trying to hide the way I'm breaking in the rhythm and the roots. I keep moving like I'm fine now, but the truth just weighs a ton. I'm dancing fast to lose the memories of two-step heartache on the run. There's a pretty girl in silver boots who smiled and said hello, asked me if I'd like to dance and help her steal the show. I took her hand and tried to play the part of someone feeling free, but in every spin I swear I felt the emptiness you left in me. The fiddle soared across the bar like a storm that learns to sing, and the steel guitar was crying like it knew my every sting. I spun her around the wooden floor pretending I'd moved on, but love don't fade as easy as a midnight party song. So I'm two-stepping through the heartache with the sawdust on my boots, trying to hide the way I'm breaking in the rhythm and the roots. I keep moving like I'm fine now, but the truth just weighs a ton. I'm dancing fast to lose the memories of two-step heartache on the run. The bartender poured another, and he said he'd seen my kind. Men who lose a love so deep they leave half a heart behind. He handed me my whiskey with a nod that felt like grace. He said, son, the road will mend you, but the miles will need their space. Outside the night was humming like the world was standing still, moonlight spilling on the blacktop like a dream that wouldn't feel. I leaned back on my old tailgate and let the cold wind settle in, thinking how I'd give up anything just to hold you once again. But till the day you choose to find me and forgive what I've become, I'll keep dancing through this heartache, a two-step lover on the run. I should have held your hands a little longer in the doorway light. Should have stayed and watched the sunset fade instead of chasing night. You were standing in the kitchen with that tired, gentle smile, and I let another silence stretch 1,000 country miles. I should have told you all the little things I kept behind my eyes, how your laughter made the winter feel like warm July skies. But I buried every feeling in a heart that wouldn't bend. Now I sit here counting all the words I never sent. I keep replaying all the evenings when you waited up for me, lamp still burning by the window like a lonely faithful sea. You would ask me how I'd been, I'd say just fine and look away, never letting you get close enough to hear what I couldn't say. Now the house is full of echoes and a quiet I can't stand. Your sweater on the back of that old chair looks like your hand. If love was just a simple song, I'd sing it clear today. You were more than I could show you, more than I could say. If I could turn these tired pages back to where your eyes met mine, I'd trace the lines of every promise that I left behind. I'd lay my pride down on the table, let my stubborn heart give way, and tell you you were always more than I could ever say. So if some gentle morning wind should brush against your door, and you feel a distant aching like you felt this all before, that's my heart out on the highway, trying hard to find its way to the one who was forever. More than I could say. I should have held your hands a little longer in the dark. Should have told you all the quiet things I carried in my heart. But I let the silence fill the spaces where your loved ones used to be. And now I sit here with the memories you left inside of me. I should have slowed my restless steps and stayed a little more. Should have kissed you like the sunrise shining through your open door. But time kept slipping past me like a river running blind, and I never saw the truth of you was what I'd hoped to find. If I could turn the pages back to when your smile was mine, I'd trace the lines of every moment where our hearts were intertwined. I'd whisper every little promise I was too afraid to say, 'cause you were the song I never learned to play. I should have noticed when your laughter faded soft and low, when the weight upon your shoulders felt too heavy not to show. But I drifted like a traveler, chasing roads that never stayed, and I left you standing lonely in the choices that I made. Now the nights are getting colder, though the fire still burns slow, and I hear your voice in shadows like a truth I used to know. Your picture on the mantle feels like warmth I can't replace, and I'd give 1,000 lifetimes just to touch your gentle face. If I could turn the pages back to when your smile was mine, I'd trace the lines of every moment where our hearts were intertwined. I'd whisper every little promise I was too afraid to say, 'cause you were the song I never learned to play. I walk along the old porch boards where you once hummed to me, soft and low beneath the moonlight like a midnight melody. Now every note reminds me just how far I let you stray. Loving you in silence was the price I still repay. And And if someday forgiveness finds its way back through your door, I'll be waiting with the tenderness I should have shown before. I'll tell you all the truth my pride kept locking far away. You were the song I never learned to play.
Pulled my boots out of the closet like I was ready for a fight. Hit the road with country blasting just to make it through the night. There's a honky-tonk past Cedar Hill where I used to feel alive. So I pointed my old Chevy there, just trying to survive. The neon lights were glowing like a welcome from the past, and the fiddle from the doorway cut right through me way too fast. I walked in keeping steady, though my heart was barely whole, and the sawdust on the floorboard felt like comfort to my soul. So she two steps through the mist and with a smile she doesn't feel, spinning hard to hide the heartache that the whiskey can't conceal. She keeps dancing through the memories like she's fighting not to break, 'cause every song reminds her of the love she couldn't take. A cowboy tipped his hat to me and asked me for a dance. Said he'd help me lose my worries if I'd give him half a chance. I took his hand politely, tried to let the moment shine, but every turn reminded me you once held this waste of mine. The steel guitar was crying like it knew the way I ache, and the drummer kept on pounding like the heart I couldn't fake. I twirled across the hardwood with a fire in my eyes, but the truth kept breaking through me like a storm I can't disguise. So she two steps through the mist and with a smile she doesn't feel, spinning hard to hide the heartache that the whiskey can't conceal. She keeps dancing through the memories like she's fighting not to break, 'cause every song reminds her of the love she couldn't take. I slipped outside the back door when the music got too strong, leaned against the faded brick and wondered where it went so wrong. The moon was hanging heavy like it felt my quiet pain, and I whispered to the night sky just to say your name again. I thought the dancing might erase you, thought the fire might make me tough, but the truth is that I loved you deep, and losing you was a rough. Still I won't stop moving forward, won't give up the girl I know. I'll keep walking, keep on turning through the rhythms ebb and flow. And she two steps through the mist and with a strength she didn't choose, every beat becomes a